Welcome back to the channel. In the last episode of the Fireblade project, I managed to get a new ignition barrel sorted, we cleaned the carbs, and we actually managed to get the bike started. So we'll now start with a full strip down. I've already taken the front end off. I did this off camera. So we've got a bit of a bird's nest of a wiring loom. I've taken lots of photos as I go along to make sure that I get it all back in the right place. It's easy to forget when you try to reassemble it. And now we're starting with taking the radiator off. It's nice to see that the fluid levels are all in good conditions, quite clean. So showing the bike hasn't been abused, it's just been left lying around for a long time. The front brake calipers appear to be in good condition. I've given them a little clean up. I've pushed the pistons back in and there doesn't seem to be any bad corrosion or leaks. Even the brake pads looking good, Nick. I might even put those back in. Now I'm just stripping down the wheels. I'm going to take the discs off. Again, they're in good condition. I might pop those in the ultrasonic tank just to give them a clean up. And I'm going to probably paint or powder coat the wheels, and I'm really tempted to do it white. I've seen one or two of these with white wheels. It does look nice, but it's a pain in the arse because they need cleaning all the time. So I'm just using a little bit of heat to get some of these bolts off the silencer. Most of them are okay. There was one that was a bit difficult, and the angle that the bolts were put in at were causing me issues because of the actual exhaust pipe itself. I do have the original exhaust for this, which I might put back on. Now if anything's going to give you problems, it's normally the exhaust header bolts. But every single one of these came off easily. Yes, the studs did come out with some of them, but none of them were difficult, none of them snapped. Even the very last bolt came out okay. It's normally the last one that gets you. This is the only bolt that really gives me trouble. It's the one that's underneath the swing arm, or underneath the frame, that holds the exhaust on. It was a little rounded, so I had to take the swing arm and suspension off first to get to it. So off with the lower suspension linkage and the top mount. So I'm removing the chain and sprockets to try and get the chain off in one piece. The chain and sprockets are all in good condition, so I'd rather not cut them. So this is the swing arm pivot bolt, which I'm trying to remove. Just trying to push it through with a extension bar. So the rear shock is looking quite tired and rusty. Hopefully I can clean it up, paint the spring. I'm not sure how to re-gas the system or whether you can or not. Swing arm pivot bolt does have this lock-in nut mechanism. Apparently you need a special tool to take it off and put it back on. I've managed to get it off with a hex socket, but I've now bought the special tool because apparently it is really important that it's put back on properly. So with the swinging arm removed and the rear subframe, I can now get to that bolt that was causing me a little bit of trouble. It's not particularly tight, it's just the outer bolt was rounded off and I couldn't get to the inner bolt. Now it looks like the engine and frame are precariously balanced on this piece of wood. It's just there to support it while I lower it off the main stand because I can't get the exhaust from underneath. It's just a little bit too tight. It did take a lot of fiddling and pulling about. I've cut the video a little bit short for the benefit of your sanity. And then it just fell out. So I'm just popping some chocks back underneath to support it and not damage the underside. The exhaust is a little rusty looking. It does have a couple of little pinholes which I'm going to try and weld up, and then I'll spray it with some heat resistant paint, or maybe Cerakoted. So this is the bike totally stripped down. There are some odd numbers written on it here and in a couple of other places. Maybe it's the factory mechanic's signature, like a quality control type of thing. So this was about as far as I wanted to go. I was going to leave the frame and the engine attached. So I will be removing these engine covers. I'll be painting them or probably Cerakoting them. There are a few blemishes on the frame. I tried lots of different ways to get it off. It seems to have eaten into the aluminium. I've rubbed it down gently with polishes, etc. I've used fine wet and dry, a little bit of wire wool. It doesn't seem to be coming out. I really want to keep the originality of the bike, and I didn't want to paint the frame or anything else. But I did visit my local powder coater, and they had a frame very similar to this that had been powder coated silver, and it looked quite good. So I've now sent the frame off for powder coating, and the swing arm and the subframe. So of course, to powder coat the frame I need to get it off the engine. It looks a bit precariously balanced here, where the engine is sitting quite happily on the stand. The wood is there just in case I do accidentally knock it to one side. And the engine's a bit of a heavy lump to move around on your own, but nowhere near as heavy as the ZX10. So I had cleaned the engine up with a wire brush and it looked quite decent, but while the engine was out I thought I'd give it a quick shot blast. So first of all I started with some soda, but it wasn't really doing much, so then I used some crushed glass. So for the time being that's going to be it until I get the frame back. So I'm now going to have to make an itinerary of things to do to stop myself getting distracted, because I'll start wandering off and doing various different jobs that have no relevance or order. I think the first thing I should do is check the valve shim gaps. You'll be foolish not to do it while the engine's out. So if you are enjoying the Fireblade project, please give us a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing. Lots of you obviously are enjoying the videos because my subscription rate has jumped quite heavily in the last few days. So if you want more videos like this, please subscribe and I'll catch you in the next video.